Okay, is my screen visible, everyone?
Yes, it is. Thank you.
Okay, thank you. So, okay. So yes, very close to good evening to everyone, and thank you, Rladies Urmia, for accepting me to as a speaker. And title for today's talk is Extraordinary Slides Using xaringanExtra. Right? So yeah, my name is Ajay, and I work at Nalanda Academy as the head of School of Data Science, and this is my personal website. If you want to check later on what other courses I teach, how I teach, so please, I will be very happy if you look here. And this is my email address if you want to do some project together, or if you want any sort of collaboration in research or some future collaborative event, or in general, if any communication, please, I will be very happy to talk to you on email. And this is my Twitter handle if you want to see what we talk in general. So you're welcome to connect on Twitter as well. So so how I will go about this presentation is, so I take it goal of this get together event is, at the end of this event we all will be able to learn or able to practice at least how can we share our slides in a first, how to make our slides, xaringan slides, little much better than the normal slides, and later on how to share them on social media like Twitter, Facebook, LinkedIn with the proper image and link. So that is the goal we can keep for at the end of these slides. We all will learn that how, and along with this, of course, we will learn other small and big things as well. But we can keep, we can take it like target, like incorporating all those learnings at the end. Are we able to share our slides successfully on the different social media platforms? Okay. So this is the goal I'm giving for myself and as well to you as a learner. Are we able to do that or not? Okay. So, so I assume all of you know that there is a package named xaringan, and our great data scientist Yuhi is the founder. He developed this package xaringan, and if we just run these xaringan slides, they look like this, and how it works actually, it is the combination of the JavaScript and the R markdown, and together it would call as something called as remark.js. So okay. So yeah, it is called as remark.js, through which we are able to produce our slides as HTML5 presentations. So if we just want to know what is HTML, like the browser screen, it is an HTML, right? So an HTML5 is the latest type of a HTML. So we can and all the possibilities in the HTML, like when you go through the browser and you see the possibilities of just a second. Yeah, it's like all the possibilities of a browser, like you can incorporate text, images, GIF images, HTML tables, videos, all those things which you see on the websites, we can also incorporate in the xaringan slides as well. So that is the beauty of the xaringan. And of course, it is a very effective, and it is also very effective part of reproducible research. Like in case you change something in your data, in your table, you need not to redo the whole thing, and you just need to update the data as you want, and your tables and your output and your plots, everything will be updated automatically. So I think in that direction, doing presentations using xaringan It will be very, very helpful, right? So, okay. So until any message in the chat box is for me, so and host will say specifically for me, I will not read the chat box messages. Okay, so that yeah, right. Because I saw some messages. So until host will say it is for me, I will not read it. Okay. Yeah, thank you.
Yes, I will translate if anybody has a question. At the end of the event. Yes.
Great.
Yeah,
Yes.
you keep going. I will.
Yeah. Thank you. Thank you. That would be great. And okay. Okay. Yeah. And if I'm quoting any important source from anywhere, like this definition I got, and it is a quote, double inverted commas, from a book written by the Yuhi, and the source is here. So if it is a source, so you can check on this link and you can find more details about, this introduction of the Sharingan. And okay, so so if I know that, all of you most of you have already done a few events related to the GitHub. So I assume that, you know about GitHub and how to create repository there. Because if we want to make our slides live, like giving them URL, so that is the first thing that we need to connect it with the GitHub. So taking our goal at the end, we want we want our slides live. We should be able to share with others. So I think the first step is creating one repository on the GitHub, right? So, and I will be doing several things here, like number one, coming back to my presentation again and again, going from one window like the GitHub window to the RStudio or RStudio to GitHub. So, and I will do it slow. And in case anyone want me to repeat the process, so please let me know so that I can explain again, okay, what I just, what function I just did. Okay. So I hope everything will go smooth, because going from one window to another window, and in case you are not able to see any one particular window and you think if I'm talking about that window, so please let me know. Okay, that will be also very helpful. So first, let's open one GitHub repository. So I'm going to my GitHub account and my screen is paused. So it means I need to share multiple screens. 1 second. You share.
Dr. Ajay, we can't see your screen. You know GitHub.
Yes,
we
yes,
just see your slides.
Yes. Just a second. Because I'm sharing multiple slides, so I'm resharing. Yeah. Is it clear now?
Yes, we have
it's
now.
Totally clear.
Yes.
Thank you.
Yeah. So this is the GitHub here, and we go to our profile and we can see your repositories like this. And you will have your earlier repositories below, like these are my earlier repositories. And this is the latest where I made the changes for this session, right? And if you want to create a new repository, we have to click on the new. So we click on the new, and I'm giving a repository name because it is a repository we are just making for a test. So we can give it a name like test Sharingan. So I remember that it was just for a test, and I can delete it later on, right? So we can give it a name and we can just say create repository. Okay. Now, one important link, what we need from here is this link, which is called as SSH link. From here we can copy. If you click here, this link will be copied. And we need this link to connect our RStudio project with this particular GitHub repository, so that we can make our slides live. Live means we can convert our whole slides into a URL in a web address, and then instead of sharing a PDF or the HTML file, we can just send them the link and they can access our slides, HTML slides. So I will copy this, and now I will go to RStudio and I will open a new project here. So under new project. And we need to select the version control option because we want to connect it with the GitHub. So instead of new directory existing, we should go for the version control. And here it will be asking you the Git link, which we just now copied. Okay. And you need to give the repository URL, which is Control V, and the link which we just now copied from the Git. Okay. I am going back and I'm explaining again what I did just now, so that in case somebody want to recheck. I created a new repository on the GitHub. Then I got this link. Usually what happens when you click here, no, this link gets hidden as well. So let me see. Let me show you one time. Yeah, so this is my repository. Yeah, so and yeah, this link is here. So you can either just manually copy it, okay, or you can click here and it will be copied. Then you go to the RStudio and you want to create a new project. And we want to choose the option version control because we want to connect our RStudio files or the RStudio project with the GitHub. And under the GitHub, in the repository URL, it is asking URL. So we give it the URL. Okay. And here, either you can change the name of your directory, or RStudio will automatically take the last words from your project here, So, or so you can either keep the as it is, or you can change it. It's your wish, right? Now, another good advice, especially for naming the directories and projects, is we should always start with the year, month, and date so that we can nicely track that. So I will share a few tips like this as well, which I learned gradually, from the fantastic ArtStats community, of course. So like today is 2022, 4 and 30. So doing if you write your directory names like this, so automatically your projects will follow one chronology, and always your latest project you can see the first, and that is very, very helpful, because at the last minute we do not want to scratch our head, okay, where is my that file, right? And then you can just click on the create project, and here is our project. Okay. And now you see in the name of the project, we see 2022 430 test xaringan. So now first let me show you and for this session you need few packages like xaringan, and xaringanExtra, and I will tell you how to download those in case anyone is not sure. So and let me check whether I have xaringan. Yes, so xaringan is there already. So now first, let's see what are the basic xaringan slides, which we will improve gradually. So to get the basic xaringan slides, I think I have to click, otherwise it will not go away. Okay. Yes, so we need to go for the new markdown, then go to the template, and then you click on the Ninja presentation, xaringan presentation. Okay, and then you click OK. And we will get one template where our data scientists had already given us some raw codes so that we can run this and we can self-learning, we can learn how the things are happening. So first, to see this, we need to save it, and I will give it a name xaringan and save it. And okay, I need to shift it somewhere. Okay. So the one difference between running xaringan and running R Markdown is, in xaringan, we don't knit it. We actually use the option called as infinite moon reader. Okay, so we click on the infinite moon reader, and if everything is okay, your console is running it, and in the viewer pane, you are able to see the output depending upon the speed of our internet. Yeah, that is very important thing here. And somehow my RStudio is freezed. I don't know why. Yeah, it's coming up. Okay. Yeah. So yes. So here we got then output. Right. So if everything goes okay, then you all will be able to see one output like this. So, but this is the output which is coming by default through the Sharingan. And here Yuhi explains, how Sharingan works, what are the basic things you need to do to make the slides in Sharingan, right? So, but what we are going to do now is how to improve the Sharingan slides and make it little extraordinary, right? That is what we're going to learn. So now coming back to the slides, where are my slides? Okay. Are we able to see the slides?
Yes.
Okay, good. Thank you. So in the Sharingan, if I introduce little basics here, in case anyone first time, learning what is Sharingan. So in Sharingan, if you want to create a new slide within the code, so you need to add 3-, like 1, 2, 3, 3-, and you will be able to include or create a new slide within your file. Right? Then if you want to make increment in the slide, like you want to show something in the slide only when you press the next arrow key. So you need to write 2 dashes. And then if you want to keep your text into 2 separate columns, like left column and the right column, so you can use these functions. And if you want to play with the whole orientation of the text, like you want to make them center, middle, left, right, or you want to hide the number of the count on this slide, which is here, or right, so you can use a class option. And if you want to play with the text size, so you can use the option like hyphen, 2 hyphen, and 3 hyphen. So 1 hyphen means the main heading of your Sharingan slide, 2 heading means subheading, and 3 means subheading, like this. So these are little introduction I'm giving for the Sharingan. Okay. But our goal is to go beyond the Sharingan basic and learn Sharingan extra, right? So if I go again to on the Art Studio, so you see, if you want to create a new slide, so just now we learned you need to add 3-, and to see the output, you need to save your slides. You can say the Control S. So your slides are saved and you have created a new slide here. Okay. And if you want to give it a heading, so you can say this is a new slide. Okay. Right. So this is about the basics of the Sharingan. So now what we are going to do, so let's see what xaringanExtra, or the package by our another fantastic data scientist at our studio, Garrick Bui, has created xaringanExtra. So Bui explains xaringanExtra as is like a playground of enhancements and extensions of Sharingan slides. So it means it is a playground, like we go to the playground, so we have different kinds of what do you say, things to play with, right? So similar way here you have different tools or which you can use to to make your slides more beautiful, right? So that is the line coming from the Garrick. So it is like the playground of the extensions and the enhancements of the Sharingan slides. Now, and the whole information, the all information which I'm sharing in these slides, I adapted from the web page created by the Garrick by the name xaringanExtra. So you can definitely, after the session or while during the session, you can click on this link and you can check how nicely he has explained each and every extra feature which you can use when you are making xaringanExtra slides. Okay. Okay. So the first thing, how to download xaringanExtra. xaringanExtra is still not on the CRAN. I think Garrick is still want to make some more interesting changes. And okay, one more thing. Instead of writing every time xaringanExtra, and is a quite long word, so I have written XE. So please understand it as or read it as a xaringanExtra. Okay. So download xaringanExtra from GitHub. So as xaringanExtra is not available on CRAN, So we need to download it directly from the GitHub. And you can copy these codes either from the GitHub or from these slides, and you can run in the console, and you will be able to download the xaringanExtra package using the DevTools package. Okay, so if already you do not have, you need to install DevTools packages, and then using DevTools this function, you can install the xaringanExtra package. Okay, in case anyone is performing the tasks same time, so please let me know so I can hold for a few seconds so that you can get it done. Or I will just go with the flow, until you say please hold for a few seconds. Okay, so then after doing this, at least to run the things in present slides, you need these packages. You need xaringan, you need xaringanExtra, you need Palmer Penguins, you need xaringanExtra, and you need MetaThis. Okay, so you need xaringan and xaringanExtra, of course, to make the slides. You need Palmer Penguins because I had 1 or 2 examples where I will be using data penguins from this package. And I will be also showing you how to incorporate tables in the slides. So we'll be using package xaringanExtra for that. And then finally, how to send your slides online. You need a package called as MetaThis. Okay, MetaThis. And using MetaThis, we will be able to share our slides successfully by creating a unique website. Okay. Now, these are the tasks which xaringanExtra can help you with. And of course, it is not possible, and I'm not going to teach all of this to you in this session, but I have taken some of these which I use more regularly, right? So if you go through on your own through the website of xaringanExtra, so you may find some more interesting things which I did not cover in this presentation. So among all these options, these are around 16 additions you can do to the xaringan slides using xaringanExtra. I will be sharing few of them. Okay, but few of them which I use more rigorously or more regularly in my slides. So I won't say these are the most important ones, but these are the some options which I use more regularly. Okay, yeah. So let's start with the first option. So the first option is, it is called as the slide overview. So when we are doing our presentation, so sometimes we may need to go immediately from one slide to another slide. One reason could be like one of your participants asked you one question which is specific to one particular slide, so you have to go immediately to that particular slide. So you can use the option which is called as tile view, and immediately you can see an overview of all your slides. Okay, so this is what the option will do for you. And how to incorporate it in your slides. So you need to use this option xaringanExtra and 2:, and then use tile view. You need to write one time in your xaringan script, and you will be able to see the tile view of all your slides. So for an example, and to see that, you need to press O one time. Okay, O for owl. Yeah, O. You need to press O one time. Let me try. Yes, you see, if I press O one time, I can scroll through all my slides. Okay, right? So you can see at the end, I'm going to thanks to Yalda and Nasrin. So you can see the end slide. Okay, so and immediately you can stop at one particular slide. Like you see, if this green color is showing, you can stop here, you can stop here, you can stop here, and this yellow color is showing at present your computer is showing this screen. Okay, so if I go back here, so it will be like this. Okay, so you need to press O one time, and you can go through the overview of your slides, or you can see the tile view of the slides. And let's say if you want to go to the first slide again or somebody want to see my contact again, okay, so you can go directly to that slide, okay, and again you can press O, and again you can go to the slides which we were talking. So we were talking here, okay, right? So you need to copy this function to get to use this option in your sharing slides. So let's try to do it. So I copy from here, and I will go to RStudio, and these are my slides. So we all know that one nice thing to do here is we can create one setup directory, sorry, setup chunk. So we can write library xaringanExtra and tile view. And now if we press save, and now if you press O here, yes, so even within the RStudio it will work fine, you know, so you are able to convert it into a tile view, right? And to go out of it, you can press the escape. So I think again O, yes, you can again press the O button and O keyboard, and it will go outside of the tile view. So like this. And in this way, all the options which you are going to use from the xaringanExtra, you can add them here one by one, okay? Or you can write in a single function as well. That is also possible. But right now we are going to add them one by one. So for our clarity, we will know how many functions we covered actually. Okay. I just want to have a very quick feedback. The way I'm going, is it okay? Because this is the way I have prepared my all slides. Is it, are you comfortable? Is it okay?
Yeah, exactly. Please keep going. Yeah.
Yes, thank you. Thank you. Okay, thank you. Now, the next part is in the xaringanExtra, we have something called as tachyons. Okay, we can pronounce it like tech, T-E-C-H tech, you know, tachyons. Okay. Now, what tachyons are? We all know that the all beautiful things what look in the Sharingan, they are due to the CSS in the background. Okay, and if you just want to have a look, sorry, yeah, if you want to have a look, where are they? So you can go to the files, and under the Sharingan somewhere you will find. Let's try here. No. Okay, I'm not sure why I'm not able to see it here, but CSS are the files which actually, you know, do all the beautiful things, and we can add them manually as well. Okay, so right, so all the beautiful things inside the Sharingan. Just give me a second. Yeah, sorry. So CSS is the actually the thing which controls the all beautiful part of the Sharingan slides. Okay, so but to include all those things, we need to learn the CSS. So what our friend Garrick has done is that some of the most regular or the important tasks he has converted into functions of the Sharingan, which we all can use, right? So, and most of the things about the tachyons you can learn on this link, so you can check what are the different options are there, because I will be sharing few of them, not all of them, right? So in the Sharingan, the way of writing CSS functions or the functions is they start with the dot, like this dot. Okay, and everything in the purple, these are the codes actually. So I just put a different color for all the codes which you can follow. And so like every function in the Sharingan starts with the dot, then the name of the function, and then you have the square bracket, and inside this we need to write our input. We need to give our input. So let's see, first thing, let's make our thing little bit colorful, right? So let's see, first let's go to the Sharingan. if I want this, okay, yeah, I need to save it to see the output. Okay, see, right now it's coming as black, but what if I want it to be red? And let me see if it will turn into red. No, it is not turning into red because so far I have not enabled the tachyons function in the script. That's why it is not working. But that is the way you can turn the color of any single line, word, or alphabet by using the function. And you can give your favorite color, the color you want to use there. Okay. And for this, the you need to write the way when we want to see the tile option. So we have added the function. The similar way for the color, we need to use xaringanExtra. And now we want to use the tachyons. So we enable tachyons. Now tachyon function is inside our slide, and R will be able to use tachyons function inside from your script. And now if you save it, now how many of you think our code is turned into red? Yes, now it is turned into red. Okay, so like this, any color of your choice or which is already created by Garrick, that color you can choose and you can write here. Let me try gold. I tried, so it is gold. Let me try blue, so it is blue. Let me try silver. Yeah, our spelling should be correct. Yeah, it is silver. Okay, and let us try purple. It is purple. Okay, so this is one. Sometimes we need to give in between somewhere just to get the attraction or the attention of the audience, some catchy or different color. So that time this option will be helpful for you. Now the next part is sometimes we also need to make our text italic, or maybe just bold, or underline the text, or strike the text. So for all these options under the tachyons, we have the different functions. Like if you want your text to be italic, you can use the .I function. If you want your text to be bold, you can use the function .B. You can use .underline, and then you can use the .strike. Okay. Okay, so let's write one or two things so that we are clear what are we talking about. And I'm keeping it again main heading so that we understand what is happening here. So, okay, square bracket. And yeah, this is tilted text, right? Similar way, but the point is just like the functions in the R, we need to always have both the brackets, and inside we should have the input. If you remove any of this bracket, so your code will not work. Okay, you see, your code will not work, right? So the way inside the code chunk, we will always write the two circle brackets, right? Similar way here, we need to write two square bracket always, then only your code will work, right? Let's strike as well, STRIKE. Okay, this is wrong. Yeah, it got wrong, right? So these are the few things which we may need while making our presentations, right? Okay. Now the next part here is, it is not necessary you need to write each function to make one change. You can combine the functions together and you can make change with the whole input. Like in this case, with the same single line, I am making change. I'm making it bold, then underline, and then blue. And the output is here. Okay. So if you want to write something like this, so you need to write .B to make it bold, .underline to make it underline, and .blue to give the color blue. So we can also combine the several tachyons together, and then we can get the output. And again, it is not necessary that you just need to, write one after another and give change to one input. You can also write functions within the functions. So like if you want to write this is awesome but fake, and you want awesome to be red and this to be blue and this to be striken. So as the change is required, so like the whole thing is blue, so dot bold dot blue. Then only this part you want red, so dot red, and only this part you want to strike off, so dot strike. Okay, so in this way as well we can make changes. Then next thing, if you want to play with the size of the text, so already with the help of the xaringanExtra package, you can use the function .f1, .f2, .f3, .f4, .f5, .f6 is also there, 7 is also there, and it will control the text size of your, the size of the text in your slide, right? So not just the hash and to hash, you can also use .f1, .f2 to control the size of the text, right? So like maybe to let's say you want to reduce the size of this, so you can write here .f5 and give it bracket, and it became very, very small, right? But you thought no, it is wrong, you want to make it 2, so it became 2. So I'm not saying it will be helpful to you in every situation, but it depends what you are trying to do with your slides. So that time you can, that is your creativity, how you are going to use these options, because these are just the tools. But how you're going to incorporate in your slides creatively, that is completely your part, right? Now, next, and this is one of my favorite and very useful as well, and that doesn't mean these are not useful, they are also equally useful, but this is something very interesting. How to change the style of a text from sentence case to uppercase, like you have written like this, okay, and then you want to change it into a sentence case, like every word of every alphabet of the word will have a capital letter. So you can write TTC. So the text will have a caps. Okay. Next is you may want everything in a uppercase, everything in uppercase. So then you can use TTU. U means uppercase and C means caps. Okay. So this is also one very useful way, to change your change your text in the different styles. And this becomes very handy when you want to, you are still struggling how my slides will look good, how the title should be. At that time it becomes very handy. Instead of changing each and every alphabet for every time, you just need to change from TTU to TTC, right? And then you are able to make the whole changes. Right? So let's say you want this sentence to be uppercase. So you need not to rewrite the whole thing. You just need to write TTU and your whole thing is uppercase. Okay, I think it will be helpful if I put it in the center. Yeah, now your whole thing is in the uppercase, right? But later your friend told, no, it's looking very like too much, it paining to the eye, and just make it a first alphabet capital. So you can just change it C, and this is a new slide. Okay. So all these things you can do with the help of the tachyons. Now, you can also make beautiful like this kind of a boxes using so many options available to you on the tachyons. And but the rule is same. You need to write the dot and then what next the name of the function and what that function will do for you. And then you will need to have the square brackets and inside your input. Okay, so our input is a famous quote by the Hadley Wickham. You must be knowing him, famous chief data scientist from our studio, and a fantastic person as well, of course. But that doesn't mean I know him personally. I don't know, but I really want to know a lot of people in the R as much as possible. because to grow together, we need to know each other, right? In different cultures, different countries. And I think this is one event in that direction as well, where we can learn from each other, irrespective of the boundaries, right? Yeah. So yeah, so if you want to make a box like this, so what is happening here? .bg, which means background, right? BG means background. So you got the background washed yellow, right? And then .b, dark blue, means border, dark blue, you got the border. And I'm not saying you will learn this immediately. You will not. Of course, it will take some time, mistakes and everything. But if you go to the Techion's website, which I shared the link here, just a second, yeah, here. So you see, I hope this is visible to you, that this whole page, is it visible to you? I'm scrolling through a page.
Yes, it's visible.
Okay, thank you. So here, you can learn which function will do what for you. Like say this is .f1, f2, f3, f6, and you see the changes in the style. .I, .b, .underline, these are the changes. Then even you can change the different font style, right? So you can choose the different font functions, and you can change any specific text font style as well. Then okay, these are the division of the slides you can do, like length, like you want something in this big area and then something in this small area. So, and yeah, these are the different colors which you can definitely use. Like if you want .bg dark red, so then the background of that box will be dark red. So .bg dark red, right? So like this, from here you can, and we never recommend learning the codes. Gradually, if something comes to your memory easily, it's fine. Otherwise, always go back and Google shamelessly. Okay, never feel ashamed you forgot the code, or or you have to Google it. Google it as much as possible. Okay, nothing wrong. If something comes to you naturally, it's okay, but don't force yourself. Okay, you have to remember everything. No, don't do that. Okay, right. Now, next, let's go back to our slide. Okay. Okay. So like this, you can make beautiful boxes and like this, and you can make the changes as you want. Okay. So this was the second option which we learned from the Techions. Now the third option, which is very helpful from the Techion, is called as clipboard. This is called as clipboard. And if you want your participants or your students or anyone who's reading your markdown document or your codes, and you want them to easily copy your codes, so you can give them this option here. This is called as copy code, right? And if you add a function which is use clipboard, so all your codes in your Sharingan slides will automatically get this highlighter here, and it will be very easy for them to copy the slide, to copy your codes from here. Okay, so let's try this in our practicing slides where we are practicing. Okay, so let's create a new slide by adding 3 dashes. Let's go next and insert one chunk, and we want to use SharinganExtra. Use clipboard. Okay, so with this, so I need, okay, let's save it. Right, so now your code will automatically get this option, copy the code. So it is the people who will read your work, they will say thanks to you, because they don't need to manually copy the whole code and then paste in their document. They just need to copy the code and go to their thing and then Control V, and they'll get it back. Okay, so this is again one small but very nice function, which is it saves a lot of time for us, for using someone else's code while learning or practicing. Now, in this, you can also make one change, which is you want to change the text here. Like in case you want to write this in Iranian language, or I want to write it in, let's say, my mother native tongue language, or Hindi language, or Tamil language, or any other language. So you can also change the text here, like if here I won't be able to do this, but let me copy here, and I think it is not copying the comment. Okay, so I have to do it manually. So this is one limitation here, right? So you can change the text of you can change the text here, but this has to go inside here. Okay, so let's say save it now. So you see now it is coming quite big thing. So let's try like this. Yeah, so you see copy code from here. Now earlier it changed because I have written here copy code from here, and when I copy it should show me done. So when I copy it's showing done. Okay, so of course it is not sensible. The earlier one was more sensible, but I just want to show it to you. It is possible to change that as well. Okay, and I got an error because it's here. Okay, okay, so copy code and then click copied. So you can change this as per your preferred language as well, because sometimes, as we know, our English is not our first language, so we want people to understand what help we are providing to them in their own language. So you can change it accordingly. Now the next part we have here is progress bar, right? So now the next thing what we are going to learn here is progress bar. And if you see, when my slide is moving, there is one bar is moving at the top here as well, okay, which is called as a progress bar. So your participants will know how long the teacher is going to torture you more. Okay, so, and it is ethical as well. People should know how long your slides are. It is ethical. I really want to know. If I'm sitting in someone's presentation, it is my fundamental right to know how long is the slides of the presenters. So either you write here the style of the numbering, so you know the total number of slides and the slide I am right now on, or you show them some sort of a progress bar like here, so that they know, like, you must be very happy to see this. Okay, you have covered at least 50% of the thing, and we are very closely, we are moving towards the ending part, right? But you don't know the ending part is having the more difficult part, so it will take some more time there. Okay, but point is how to add a progress bar nicely so that your audience know how long is the presentation is. Okay, so as we know, we can copy the code from here. So let's take this code from here. And right now, if you see in the Sharingan, there is no progress. Only we know there are 42 slides and we are on the 4th slide right now. But let's create one beautiful progress bar as well. And let me create, okay, why I'm creating, let me create one more, and okay, but I need to chunk. I need chunk so I can copy inside. Yes. Yes. Now, if you save here, yeah, we got the progress bar. And as you move inside your slides, you see your progress bar is moving. Okay. Right. So in case you fall asleep during the presentation, so you can quickly know how much you have missed. Okay. Yeah. Okay. Now, where were we? Yeah, where were we? Yeah, we were here. Yes. Okay. Now the nice thing is you can change the color of the progress bar as well very quickly from here. So in HTML we have fantastic way to get the colors, and you need to Google HTML colors or HTML color codes. Right, so like something like this, and whatever color you choose, like this one, or some dark color. Which one? Let's take dark green. Okay, so you need to copy this code from here. You need to copy this code here, 229954. copy it and replace it with this. And this hash is important. Okay, don't think it is not important. It is important. And then you can save your document. And you see now your progress bar is dark green. Okay, and which is really, really awesome. And so many thanks to our fantastic Garrick, who has made all these things like eating an ice cream for us. Okay, and I'm saying ice cream because it's very warm in India right now. It's very, very warm. In my whole tutorials, I say day and night ice cream. So at least while speaking, I feel some coolness. Okay. Okay. So easily you can change the color of the progress bar. And by changing this option, you can also decide where you want to keep it. So either the top or the bottom, I guess. Suppose it should be the bottom. Yes. So now it is on the bottom. Okay. So we can choose where we want our progress bar to be. And this is the option to increase the length, no, not length, breadth, or the height. Okay. So to make it more visible, yeah, let's go with that. So make it more visible. So now it is 0.25. So if we want to increase it, so let's make it 0.5, and then let's see. Yeah, so you see if the size is increasing, or if you make it 9. Okay, see, size has changed further. Okay, so I think most of the time default options are okay, but depending upon your audience and your presentation, you can choose what height of the progress bar you want to show. Okay, so let's go with the default 0.25, right? If I will take a very quick feedback, how many of you are happy you took the decision to come to see this talk by so far?
So far, it was great. Every one of them, I said, this is my favorite option.
Okay.
But all of them are great, you know, especially copy code. I like that one. Definitely will use it in my use this package in my reports. And so far it's great. Thank you.
Yeah.
And also I'm really enjoying your talking. All of the slides are very, very, very good. And when you said that when we want to add progress bar for anyone who is asleep, it's very interesting.
Definitely nobody's is sleeping. We're all yeah, we are all on our laptops. Yeah.
Yes, it's great.
Thank you. Because yeah, thank you so much. It is very encouraging, and you know, so talking with you in between also, you know, keep all of us, yes, we are talking with each other, you know. So thank you so much. Okay, and it's very helpful and motivating as well. All of you are listening so attentively, and also, you know, some of you are even practicing same time on your laptops. Great. Okay, so now the next thing for us is something which is called as the panel set. Okay, and to use the option panel set, we need to use the function xaringanExtra and use panel set. Okay, and I really appreciate the work of Garrick, because you know, he write the function's name and style so user friendly. You know, if you remember one time, you read it one time, I think really you have a chance you forget, you know. So like xaringanExtra, yes, use panel set. So I really after this session as well, I'm going to really send him a thank you note. He has done a fantastic package work, xaringanExtra. Right. So let's see what is panel. So in case you require in your presentation to divide the same slide with different outputs. So let's say you have panel number one, where you have some text, panel number 2 where we have some picture, image, video, GIF files, all right? Or within the same slide, you have a table, within the same slide, you have a code, and within the same slide, you have a output for that code, right? So this is very helpful using the option panel set. And I'm sure most of you are teaching to your students are that time, especially keeping code in one panel and showing output in another panel is very helpful. It's very helpful because you want them to either see the plot and write the codes, or you want them to teach the code and then later show them the output. So that time it becomes fantastically very important to have the panel option, right? And here I just created unintentionally or stupidly so many panels to just show you you can keep as many panels as much as making sense to you, but most of the time maybe 2 or 3 panels are enough for us. And same time I want to show you that in panel you can write the text, you can have the image, you can have the tables, you can have the code, and then you can have the output as well. Okay, now let's come to the business, how to make a panel, right? That is the real business. Okay, so now to know how to make the panel, let's go to our slides and create a new slide, and let's give it a title, name panel set, and we will create the panel. Okay, and we need to first enable we enable the function so that we are able to use the panel. So it is xaringanExtra and then use underscore panel set, right? And now we are ready to use the function panel set. Now I can increase this little bit, yeah, in case it is helpful to see what I'm trying to do here. Okay. Now to get the panel, we need to use the function called as panel set and then the square bracket. Okay. And my gut feeling is saying that I'm making some mistake. Okay. But let's see. Panel set, then dot panel, and then one more panel name, and then this, and let's say it is panel 1. And first let me see by saving whether I'm doing right or wrong. Yes, right. Oh, unbelievable. How can I remember these many codes? That is unbelievable. Okay, I really deserve applause. Okay, so yeah, unbelievable. I thought I will be making mistake, but I am making a mistake. I wrote panel 1, but it's showing me panel. So I made a mistake. Yes. So what is the mistake here I did? Okay, let me check. Let me check, and where I can check. Let's check with the okay, but not big mistake, but little bit mistake. But let me remove this and how the things are happening. Okay, something is wrong. What is wrong? Okay, before we'll get what is wrong, I also want to tell you something important here. That is, see, these many square brackets, we get confused which bracket is for which part. So if you want to check whether you have the corresponding bracket for this bracket, you see, you came here, you got a gray dark shadow for this one. So it means this is the corresponding bracket for this. And if you come here, you see this is a corresponding bracket for this, and this is a corresponding bracket of this. Okay, so now I just taught you something important, but let me check what mistake I'm doing here. So let me take the help of website by Garrick, and which is xaringanExtra. And this is xaringanExtra help page here. And I made some mistake with the panel, and let me see what is it. Where is the panel? Okay, here is the panel. Okay, so what I supposed to write? Okay, I supposed to write dot panel and then the name. That's it. Okay, so that was the mistake. No, that was not the mistake. Dot panel set dot panel. What is the mistake? Dot panel set, right? Dot panel, right? Yeah, see, the mistake was just one dot. I missed this dot here. Yes, this was the mistake. Now if I write here panel 1, now it should come panel 2. Yes, very nice. Okay, so the mistake was I forgot to write dot here before this function. So okay, so let's repeat again. First function we need dot panel set. So your R will know you are trying to make a panel set. So dot panel set and then starting bracket and then ending bracket, right? Now next is, now you are going to make a panel which is dot panel panel and then bracket, right? Now you need to give the name of this panel. So dot panel panel dash name and then name of this panel. Let's learn to add one image. Let's write this is an image panel and our panel number one is ready. Okay, so now to add image here, you see, please pay attention to these spaces actually, because most of the time we'll make mistakes there. So see, I'm keeping this and very far. So I know that at least by mistake, I will not delete this one. Otherwise, I will be scratching my head, where is the mistake, right? So I'm keeping this little far and there is a space. So I know that I need to write content in between here. Okay. So I have written the panel number 1 here, image. Now, if I want to write panel number 2, so I can just copy the whole thing. I can write it again. And now I can write here, let's say plot. So this will be my panel number 2, right? So image and then plot. Okay, image and plot, right? Now where I will write the content for that particular panel. Now that is the important point, one of the most important point. The content will come just before the last bracket of each panel. So like I need to click here next, and now in this space I can write anything which I can write in the xaringan, which makes sense, like code chunk or any text, and it will be coming here. So let's say, okay, image of Rladies Urmia. Please pardon me if spelling is wrong. So I'm going to incorporate image of Rladies Urmia here. And I'm using the code chunk, and I can write knitr, include graphics, and here. Okay. So now if I bring an image of Rladies Urmia, Twitter had the better image of your fantastic group. So yes. Okay. Okay. Yes. Copy image address. And if you copy here, we got save it. And boom, we got an image. Okay. But yes, of course, we can make it more beautiful by controlling the size. Let's make it 50%. Okay, let's make it 50. Oh, come on. Let's hide the codes. And done. Still is quite big, so still we can make it further small. So let's go with this. 25%, right? So in the panel 1, we got the image of Rladies Urmia, and my spelling was correct. Thank you. And similar way, you can write the code for the plot here, and you can include the image or anything as you like to do. Okay. So So panel makes your slide sometimes, because see, let's say you have something very important under this heading. So let's say talk here about the Rladies Urmia. So this slide has everything about the Rladies Urmia, and you're talking about the different ladies group, Rladies group in the world. So it will be sensible, without repeating every time Rladies Urmia, you go from one panel to the next panel and you can show the data related to the Rladies Urmia, right? So we are discussing the tools, but now it's your creativity, how you are going to use those tools in your presentations, right? So like, let's say the scene is you are discussing, let's say we have Mariam, who is also part of Rladies Sydney. So if you have to discuss everything about one particular group, so it's nice, instead of making 10 different slides, why not have different panels within the same slide, so that you know everything related to this area is present in this slide, right? So panels will become fantastically helpful in that situation, right? Okay. So with your permission, and now I would like to move to the next part, which is the next option. If the one panel is done, so let's move to the next part. Okay. Now the next part is how to insert a logo each slide, which is also a very beautiful thing to do. Like here on the every slide, you will have a beautiful logo, and not just the logo. I also had given a URL link. If you click on this logo, it will take you to the Twitter page of the Rladies Urmia, right? So which is a nice thing, which is a nice thing, right? So, and yeah, the only thing is that it is in the loop of this same slide, not in the another tab. Okay, so let's see how to add logo in your slides and how to go with that. Okay. So far in our slides, we do not have any logo here. Right? We do not have any logo here. Right? So now let's add a logo to each slide. So for that, we need to use xaringanExtra, use _ logo option, right? And sorry, inside this, you can give the link of the image which you want to use as a logo, and which was image URL and link URL, the width and the height. So let's first just give the image URL. And image URL need not to be every time image on the internet. It can also be image present inside your directory in your computer. Even if you give for that, it will work. Okay. So let's try with one image which is related to my college, and I just assume it will work, you know, even for the picture saved in your directory. So let me check it whether I am over promising or I am correctly promising. Okay, so let me copy a logo of my college, Nalanda Academy, and let me save here, which is the right. And always a good thing to create a different directory images and then copy here. And this is logo space NA. And let's try if this path works or not. And the path was, and the image name was logo -na.png. Okay. Now if you run it, let's see. It worked. Okay. So URL need not to be a picture on internet. It can also be a correct path and the file saved in your project and in your computer. You can also make as an logo. So you see now every slide has a logo. Okay, every slide. And this is again very fantastic thing, very interesting thing. People, you know, like some of my friends, it happened with me, they keep on scratching their head how I brought logos so fast on every slide. Because if you remember the days in PPT, we have to do manually on every slide. And if someone knows the torture, I'm so sorry for that. Okay, but it is a torture, right? So and maybe now it is available in PPTs as well, I don't know, but so far in Sharingan I'm very happy, okay, with this, all these improvements. I'm very happy with all these improvements. Okay, so after the panels, after the logo, where are the logo? Yeah, this is the logo here. And in the slides I also have options. If you want to give a URL link related to that particular organization, so you can use the argument link URL. And if you want to play with the size of the logo, so you can use the width and the height option, and you can play with the size of the logo as well. Okay, so this is how we added the logo. Okay, here one important thing I want to share with you, with which we struggle a lot sometimes, like how to hide the logo on one particular slide, because it often happens, like if it is a beautiful picture, you definitely do not want to spoil that image or the slide with the logo, or maybe if it is a title slide, so you do not want logo on the title slide, right? So under the class option, we have something called as class for each slide. You can write the option hide underscore logo, and as soon as you do that, your logo is gone, but only from that particular slide where you have written the class hide logo. And if you go to the next slide, logo is present. If you go to the next slide, logo is present, but only on this slide logo is absent, because you have given the class of this logo is to hide. Okay, it's a very neat and fantastic way, you know, to hide logo on some particular slides. Okay, cool. Now the next part is how to highlight code. If you have been, and definitely you are observing very keenly, if you see when I go from one line to another line, there is a one thing is coming here. You see this arrow kind of thing, trying kind of a thing, and it's coming and going. So it gets your attention actually. So you can tell to your students, I am talking about the code where this arrow is blinking, you know. So instead of, you know, when people are finding difficult to find it, so you can say, you can go to the code where this arrow is blinking, you know, and getting attention of the audience is very important. And I'm not the person who likes to have the mouse cursor red color. I just now, you know, few days back, I finished a course with the data science, and my students were struggling what I am pointing to. So I made it red color. See, okay, now you cannot miss what I'm trying to highlight. Okay, so otherwise, I'm not a fan of a red color mouse cursor. Okay, so please don't judge my colors. Black is my favorite color. Okay, yeah. So but we need to highlight the code sometimes. So then we can use the option which is under the extra styles. So Garrick has not given any specific name to this, but instead of that, he called it an extra style. Okay, and addition to this, and you are all of you are fantastic practicing people, so you must be knowing that in R, if you want to highlight any code, so let's say if you want to highlight, okay, for this I need a package. Penguins and let's say just make one small something. Yeah, I'm still with the old pipe, so please bear. Okay, and I want to make a table actually. Table extra. We need to add KBL and done and done. Okay. Okay, but now the point is you want to highlight. See, now if you see these codes, you don't know which code is more important here, or which is the new code which your students are learning or you want to emphasize. So to do that, we can write this hash and twice this. And I hope it will work. Yes, you see. Now, this is the one way of highlighting the code. Like even I did with my students. If you find this yellow stripe, it means this is the new function I'm introducing first time to the class. It means highlighting the code. This is one way. But I think it is just like, a very like somebody had put a tape, and so much wastage of, even the yellow space. Why this much long, right? So I think that's why gradually, I think even at least in the Sharingan, Garrick developed this highlighter in the form of the extra thing. So instead of having this green thing, he got this use extra. Okay, so not xaringanExtra use underscore extra styles. Yes. Under this, okay, and now you see, without going anywhere on the code, only the one code is highlighted automatically where I have written this hash and less than sign and less than sign. You see, everything else is faded, only KBL is highlighted, right? The other things will be highlighted only when you hover about it or you take your mouse over it, right? But automatically only one thing is highlighted where you have written this. But in case, let's say you also want to highlight this part, I think there must be a shortcut, but I forgot what is the shortcut. So now these two lines will be highlighted, head and the capital. Okay, so this is also fantastic way to highlight and hover, and you see one triangle which is blinking and telling what are you talking about. So it's a nice way, to highlight your codes. And here as well, you can see hover code line true, mute, and highlighted code. You can choose these options as well. Okay. Now the next part is, now we are moving towards the sharing part. Okay, how to share your slides. Okay, so if you want to share your slides, the function from the xaringanExtra is use share again, right? Use share again. So let's first, yeah, okay. Now once you do that, so your slides will be converted or will have something like this option. You see this ribbon, black, gray ribbon type sort of thing is coming. Okay. Okay, one second. Yeah. So from here, you can press this arrow key and you can take your slides forward, okay, or backward, okay. And this is the title of your slide. From here, you can make it full screen and you can escape. It will go back to the small. And from here, you can share on the different platforms, okay. Or you do not want to share your slides, but you just want to copy the code. So you need to click here. So it will just copy the code and then you can share. Just, you can just transfer the code or share the code with somebody else, right? So yeah, right. So then if how they will go away, the only way is just click here again and then they will go away. Okay, there is no any other way to escape from them. So, and somehow they both are the same slide. Yeah, so you click here once and you see the options and they will not go away until you click here again. Okay, yeah, that's the way. So now we're in the direction how to take your slides online and share them online. Okay, so okay, Mariam, by chance I happen to read this message. So you're asking like which one is the favorite feature which I like so far?
Actually, I was asking participants that
okay.
Yes, please share which feature was your favorite, and as a discussion we will have it at the end of your.
Great. Please
Yeah.
continue. Sorry. I thought you're asking me. Okay, sorry.
No worries.
Okay. Then going next, now we are going to learn how to make your how to share your slides with a beautiful what do you say, beautiful link. Actually, how to create that beautiful link so that you can share your slides, right? Now, so the first thing in that direction is, let's create one more slide. And now we are learning something called as social card. Okay, now we are actually going to learn how to create a social card. Okay, okay, do we already know how to create a social card? Because if we already know, I do not want to repeat the thing. And the social card means like when we share a link on Twitter or social media, it will not be a just plain link, but it will have a beautiful image and some description next to it. So do you want me to explain that?
Yes, yes, please explain it. Thank you.
Okay, okay, okay. Right. So going in that direction, first of all, we need xaringanExtra, and then we need to use share again. Okay, as soon as you add this function, your slides will get this option. Okay, okay, one thing is that you click here and it will take you to the browser, and okay, why that option is not coming yet? Okay, yeah, I came to know about this. You know, they disabled this feature within the R Studio. This feature will be visible only when, you know, when your slides are embedded or when your slides are live on the, you know, like okay, how to tell this? I'm struggling. 1 second. Okay, see, even my slides are not having this, but here I'm having this. Okay, this is interesting. Let me cancel this. Okay. Okay. Yeah, we are on the social card. Okay. So here, this option, use share, we need to enable so that when you share your slides, people are able to have those arrows and the sharing options, number one. Number second thing is, you also need to have one more package, which is called as meta this. You remember I shared in the starting of the slide, you also need a package called as meta this, METATHIS. Yes, meta this. This package you also need. So let's bring that package to use here, meta this. Okay, and we need to incorporate some options here, and let's see what are all those options. Where are my slides? Okay, and these are some options which you need to write inside the meta this option in the chunk, so that you are able to create a nice social card. In starting, I agree with you, it looks very fearful and horrifying. Who will write this much? But these are not that difficult to understand, and we will do one by one, and you will understand, okay, it is not that, and they are a little bit more. Last line is cutting here, which is include meta. So let's copy this code first. Okay, let's copy this code, and we'll get one. We can write here itself. Okay, right. Now let's try to understand what this code is saying. Okay, some mistake. Okay. This mistake. Okay. Yes, let's try to understand this. So first thing, we are going to use meta function, and then means pipe means then we are going to use meta journal, and inside this we have the description. Description is the first line which will come immediately under your social card. Okay, so like I want to tell them who is the creator of this slide. So my name Ajay Koli and Nalanda Academy will come. Then you can keep this as it is. Generator is xaringan and remark.js. Then you have the meta name. Meta name is the name of the GitHub GitHub repository or repo which you have created for this particular project. So do you remember we created one repository in the starting? We created one repository. Yes. And what is the name of the repository? text sharing, right? So we need to take this one and replace this part with the new repository name. Okay, because you want R to connect three things. Number one, your project in RStudio. Number two, your GitHub codes. And number three, third option, which is called as Netlify. And you definitely might have heard the name of Netlify, which we use as a free server to create free websites up to a limit, right? Up to a limit, of course, right? So we need to, now we have written, what is the meta name? Meta name is GitHub repo and the full name of your repository. So my full name of the repository is Koli Ajay Kumar test sharing that. Koli Ajay Kumar test sharing that, right? After this, the title, what title you want to give to your to give your social card. So here title is presentation ninja. Let's keep it presentation Urmia. Okay, using xaringanExtra. Okay, and then copy this. And where were we? We can copy it here. So this will become title of your what do you say? Title of your social card. Okay, it will become title. Now, two things we need very important here. Number one, your internet ID. Oh, sorry, your slides URL. Your slides URL. So you can write some URL here, which you are going to use there as well. So let me write here Rladies Urmia. So this is the URL I will be creating for this social card, and I will copy the same here. See, I'm not changing anything else. I'm just changing the main name. So netlify.app, let it be same. .netlify, let it everything else be the same. Just change this part which you want to create now, which you will create now. And what is the type of your slide? It is a talk. Who is the author? Somebody last scale, and your Twitter creator ID. This is very important. Your Twitter handle should be there correctly. Okay, and then pipe sign and including meta. So after all this information, now we need one image which you are going to use as a social media card. So often our title of the image we use as the social media card, but it is not necessary. You can use any image as the social media card. Okay, so see, so far no error, so everything going smooth. Only thing is we need to get one image which we can use as social media card. So let me check in my computer if I have an image which I can use as a social media card. Okay, in the downloads, do I have anything? Okay, let me go to here only. I'm sorry. Yeah, just a minute. Okay. Okay, so okay, leave it. Okay, leave it. I'm just trying to do something, but on the spot things are always failure. So as usual. Okay, so let's see how to get a social card. Okay, so to get a social card, you need to first, in case you forget, and you can follow on the here like xaringan social card, and you will get one blog post by the Garrick. Yes, kindly follow this, and I will also drop this in the chat box so that you will not lose this. And is a fantastic blog, how to make a social card, and then learn everything from here only, right? So if you follow here, yeah, see, these are the social cards. So your slides look beautiful with the image and the explanation and not just a plain link. So that is what we are trying to do here. So the next thing you need to do is take a screenshot which you want to be the image when you share your slides. So that image you want first, right? So now to take that image, we have some guidelines here. Like first thing, change ratio to this. This ratio you will find in the YAML, and we do not have here. Okay, but we can find under the nature. Yes. So you can write here ratio, and then you can write this, and now save it. Is it running? Yeah, it is running. Now take it to the like this. And now if you are using Firefox, and if you right click, you are able to see an option called as take screenshot. Okay, there is option take screenshot. Now instead of, yeah, go here and click on the space where everything is covered. So your whole thing will be covered, and then click like this and then download. Okay, so it will be downloaded in your downloaded folder, and you can cancel this. And if you go to your downloads, you can find this here, and you can copy in your project in the images, and you can name it as social card. So you remember this image is for the social card, so you can name it as social card, right? And okay, so see, now your most of the work is done. Now if you go to your meta option, right? Now if you go to your meta option, so you got the social card image, social card.png. Again, check whether it is PNG. Yes, it is social card.png. Whether it is inside the images, yes, it is inside the images. And it here also the path is images and then the social card. So make this path very, very clear, otherwise you will get an error. Now the thing is left is creating a URL on your on the Netlify. One second, just give me 1 second. Yes, so now let's yeah, so now what we need to do is we will go to our Netlify. Netlify is a free website where we can create where we can host our websites. Netlify, you can create a free account here. So like I already have an account. Okay, see, so like the presentation which I'm giving to you right now, I saved here this name with this name, right? So I want to create a new website to show you how to create this. So you need to click here, add new website. Then it will ask you from where you want to bring the project. So I want to bring this project from the GitHub. So import an existing project, and whether the project is on the GitHub, GitLab, or Bitbucket. So my project is on the GitHub. So I click on the GitHub. And now it will show you which repository you want to import. So what was the name we have given? We have given the test xaringan because we want to test just for this session. So click here, and everything is okay. And now you deploy your site. Okay, so now your site, okay, site deployed failed, and I don't know why. It is showing site deployed failed. I don't know why. Okay, let's see why. Okay, and see from here you can change the name of the site. What site name we have decided there? You see in the slides, we decided here I'm sorry. We decided here the name of the slides will be xaringanExtra. Okay, xaringanExtra Urmia. Now you see xaringanExtra Urmia.netlify.app. It came automatically. So let's save this. The site name is already taken. So let's change it. Oh, so I earlier also I used something I did wrong. Okay, let's try it. 1 second. Oh, sorry. I supposed to be using this one, no? Yeah, we use this one, not that one. Yes. Yes. Now, yes, now it is there. Now it's there, right? So now we have created Rladies Urmia.netlify.app. So now our link is also ready. Okay. And now what we need to do is we need to, whatever changes we have done, we need to take these changes to the GitHub. Because if you remember, so far in the GitHub, in our repository, nothing is there. Where is our GitHub? Yeah. Okay. Where is our GitHub? Yeah. This is our GitHub. See, so far, nothing, no file is there. So we need to update our R project file in the GitHub first, right? So for that, we need to go to the Git, and all these files are there, which we have created. Make sure you have saved everything. And now you press one time here, then press Control A, so you can select everything. Then click one more time and you select everything. Okay, no need to select manually one by one. And now you are ready to update everything on the GitHub. Click on the commit and you can say slides first draft. Okay, because comment is like a message so that you can remember what changes you made. So this is the first draft of the slide which you are going to upload. And after this, you say, but why it is not coming? Commit, close, and then push. And now your all files from the computer R Studio going to the GitHub. And I hope everything is, if it is right, we will see all these files on the GitHub now. And yeah, let's go back to GitHub. And now if you click here, yes. Okay, can I hear some yes? Are you able to see that I made the changes and we are able to see on the GitHub?
Yes, thank you so far. So good.
Yes.
Many exciting things we learned. And it's worth mentioning that we have just 10 minutes left.
10 minutes left. Yes.
Already, yes. I need just, dedicated time for questions. If we have just
2 minutes,
1 or 2.
we are done actually. If you just give me 2 minutes, we are done from my side.
Okay, thank you.
Okay, great. Okay. So now, just now we created this domain, right? This domain. Now, if you click on this domain, domain not found. Okay. Okay, let me check. Yeah, because it is showing me failed, so I don't know why. We could not deploy your site. Check out the building docs and everything. Okay, let's retry. Okay, but we got the whole process, and somehow it is not deploying. Maybe because it's free, so maybe they are not allowing too many sites too quickly. Because yesterday also I did one, so that might be the reason. But I think with this, I think if you just look at the recording later on, you should be, because the process is this only, so you should be able to get it done. And okay, so okay. Right. Okay. I think I stop here. Yeah. That's why I was saying just 2 minutes, because I think with that link, if it could have been working, so our slides were done. And if you share that link, so it will definitely share not just the plain link, but a link with the image, what we use as a social card. Okay. So we learned few things, and few things at the end I was not able to get it done, so I say sorry for that and apologies from my side. But I don't know why it did not work in that way. Okay, but still I would just like to say thank you so much to Yalda and Nasreen, for replying so many emails to me, and the moderator for today's session, Mariam. So thank you, Mariam, so much. And first and foremost, the most important thank you to all our lovely audience here, who patiently listen to my talk, and they believed me, that yes, I will be able to say something important here. So thank you so much for coming up and patiently listening to me. So yeah, back to.
Can I ask you a question?
Yeah, if you have any quick questions, yes, and if moderator allows the time, so I will be happy to answer.
First of all, thank you so much. Use tiny text package for
Tiny
visualization.
text.
Yes, for visualization or markdown.
Tiny text is actually used, if I'm not wrong, to bring inside the functions of LaTeX language.
Yes, and for visualization or markdown. And I wonder if we can use this tiny text with this your package today's you mentioned. I wonder if we can use.
Tiny text, in my knowledge, we used like LaTeX we use to write the equations, especially mathematical equations. And yes, we can write the mathematical equations even inside the Sharingen. We can.
Thank you so much.
Yes.
Thank you so much.
And for that, we need to use the $2 signs. And if you write $2 signs, inside that, whatever you write, it will be converted into LaTeX.
Okay. Thank you so much.
And another question was in the chat from Mir Hossein about that is there any chance to change the background theme or something like that in this package?
Yes,
Do we have?
yes. See,
Exciting.
Garrick has another package. The name is Sharingen Theme R. Sharingen Theme R, and that is the package actually, completely to create your own theme or the already present theme and change the complete layout of the Sharingen slides. So yes, so there is another package, Sharingen Theme R. So that is fantastic for changing the themes.